Okay, it's 4:10. I think we can start. Thank you for coming over to meet with us, Janice.
Our pleasure. As I've mentioned in our email, we're very much interested in knowing how we can have a partnership with Comlinks.
Yes. We're quite eager to talk about that. Are we still waiting for someone else from Language Experts?
Well, it's just me and our marketing manager, Sally Reyes.
Well, our QA officer, Michael, was supposed to be with us, but sent his regrets. He had to attend to something urgent. So I guess we can get started. Well, I really just wanted us to discuss how Language Experts and Comlinks can work together. Considering the issues that we at Comlinks are facing now, in regard to our hiring and training as well as our advocacy for a standardized language assessment across the BPO industry. I mean, from what we've heard about Language Experts, we believe you can be of great help. So, according to the agenda we prepared, we'd like to first give you a background on Comlink's specific needs, what we have observed over the past 2 years as our company has grown. Then we'd appreciate your explaining to us the sort of services that Language Experts has been providing the BPO industry. Then we can talk about suggestions on a standardized assessment.
Yes, that's fine. We'd be glad to share with you what we can offer, and Sally here can talk about the service we've been providing our clients.
Thank you. Well, as you may know, Comlinks has been around for only about 2 years, servicing both an American and an Australian clientele. Now, from the start, we have of course put a high premium on assessing the English language skills as part of the hiring and training processes. We have a simple 2-level interview, where the first level is English proficiency and the second level is other skills beyond language, more like determining IQ and EQ levels. We pretty much figured out that we can take in customer service representatives at a certain language level and train them up with voice and accent modules to get to the level that we want them on the floor. But in the past months, we have been experiencing quite a huge amount of complaints from clients who claim they're not getting the service they're looking for. And in evaluating the calls, we observed serious issues on how our agents handle the clients.
I suppose this is in terms of interaction and discourse abilities?
Yes, and grammar too. Oh, some of the errors are just too embarrassing.
Oh, well, you have heard of the kind of language assessment tool we have been using in the training programs we've been providing?
Yes, and that's what we need to know more about. Apparently, you have something that's been quite effective in determining language levels.
Yes, if I may say so. Language Experts, through an extensive research and study have done in the past years of the business processing outsourcing or the BPO industry, has developed an assessment tool that can provide language proficiency levels that go beyond traditional tests of basic grammar and pronunciation. We have what we call the ELAS, or English Language Assessment Scales, that assess even sociolinguistic areas, including discourse and interactive capabilities, sociolinguistic competency, and audience awareness. We have been using this testing tool for our training programs, both as a pre-course and post-course assessment.
That's very interesting, and so it's a very comprehensive means of determining an individual's language levels. And there's no pass or fail, is there?
Oh, certainly no pass or fail. The ELAS only assesses levels. Now, of course, our clients have predetermined levels that they want their agents to be at. For example, a call center may have profiled their clients to need agents at a level of 4, which is the sort of high level in the 5 scales of the ELAS. Then that's the level that the trainees have to be at the end of their training period. So what happens is we're able to provide additional and critical information about the new hires in regard to their language proficiency levels, more like further screening.
And what sort of training programs do you provide?
Oh, well, maybe Sally here can tell you more about that. Sally?
Yes, the list of Language Experts clientele includes call centers such as Telesupport, Crest Services, Concourse Systems Superiors, as well as RQE Technologies, Macmillan Financials, BMP, and Stone Motors. And we have a variety of training programs depending on the need of the company. Our program for call centers, for example, is a curriculum that incorporates both language awareness and cultural awareness components. It is our belief that a customer service representative has to be well-rounded in that regard. And just to highlight, our language awareness modules, which are task-based, provide the skills training an agent needs beyond voice and accent.
Yes, we figured there must be something more than just teaching them an American accent or an Australian accent.
Yes.
Yes, and we do take time to study the needs of the company to determine what specific tasks need to be included. Say, for example, a client may say they need speaking training for their agents, but as we evaluate their services, we determine that their agents need a great amount of training in listening skills. Then we make a recommendation and develop modules for that skill.
And what about training in writing skills?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we've had several clients for which we've given writing courses for their staff, rank and file as well as middle management.
Which brings me to the point of suggesting to you that the language assessment tool we provide, as well as the training, may not necessarily be limited to customer service representatives. They may well be used for recruitment processes. So maybe DTAS here can consider how your company can incorporate our language assessment tool into your interview and testing processes to determine the speaking and writing levels of applicants in a more comprehensive way.
Oh, yes, definitely. I will seriously consider that.
Oh, great.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's that matter of having a standardized assessment tool for the entire business processing industry. Do you think that's possible?
Well, if you mean a sort of centralized infrastructure of language testing, I believe, yes, that can be done.
Maybe some kind of a standard certificate that all applicants need to secure from a certain organization, and which will be required by the BPO industry for hiring procedures.
Well, that is a possibility, yes.
Maybe it would even be good if graduating college students will be required to take such a language assessment to determine if they need further language training to be qualified to work in the BPO or information technology industry.
So, would language experts be willing to take on this major role by using ELAS as a standard tool?
Well, we have to emphasize that Language Experts is not really an assessment center. ELAS is a cornerstone of what we do.
Well, what about the Association of Business Processors, the ABP?
Yes, that's a major possibility, if they can only be convinced to serve as the entity through which a standardized assessment tool can be secured.
I agree, that's a possibility.
Would you be willing to sell ELAS to the ABP?
No problem with selling the license to ELAS. We've done that with our other clients. The issue is actually educating the industry about ELAS and why there is a need for a standardized assessment tool.
Okay, I see your point. Well, since Comlinks is a member of ABP, I guess I'll bring the matter forward in our next meeting.
Sure,
That'd be great.
that would be great. I mean, in the meantime, are we in agreement that Comlinks will secure the services of Language Experts for its training programs?
Oh, we are certainly positive our president will be very interested in beefing up our training department. We do need to see figures first, of course.
No problem. Sally will send the figures to you within the week.
Okay.
Okay, I'd appreciate having them by Friday in time for our strat planning on Monday.
Okay, will do, sir.
Good, Sally.
And then maybe we can set another meeting 2 weeks from now. That's March 21, Tuesday. Shall we set it at 4 p.m. again?
Yes, 4 p.m.'s fine.
We'll set that then. And maybe too we'll have something about ABP's reactions on a standardized assessment tool by then.
Yes, that would be good.
Okay then, thank you.
Yes, and thank you again for coming over.
Oh, the pleasure's really ours.
We'll see you in 2 weeks then. Thank you.
Okay.